Welcome back to 843 TV. Once again, joining us, we have Dee Matthews as well as Dr. Ithamides from Bridges Preparatory School. Now, we talked earlier about the excitement of the international travel that you offer. You have students that went to China, and I understand this year you have students that are heading to Greece. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we are heading to Greece, and I think one of the greatest things about the program that came in with Dr. Ithamides is the fact that our students, as we all know, the world is a global economy, a global society, ever growing. So for our children and our students to have the ability to visit these countries, to get to know other students, to have an exchange program, opens doors for them that will never be closed again, and actually facilitates new leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely. Well, in this age of online studies and all that, it's wonderful to know that you're taking it literally across the globe. So share with us a little bit more about what are the benefits of going abroad physically?
There is no experience that you can duplicate in another country except being there. I mean, you can read about it, you can taste the food, you can watch TV. It's like getting married. You don't know what it's like until you get married, right? I mean,
interesting example that you chose.
But when you take kids that may never get out of Beaufort, maybe out of the South, never seen most of the U.S., and you take them on an excursion and they're in the middle of Beijing or Chongqing or Shanghai, it changes them. It changes them in a profound, meaningful way that they will never, ever forget. Likewise, we become the face of the USA, because when kids in China and families in China think about the U.S., they think of kids from Bridges or staff members from Bridges. So, it changes us, it changes them. It's probably the most powerful learning experience you can have, and I firmly believe that.
And when you put it to them that way, as they are the face of the U.S., what a powerful opportunity they think they're faced with is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of an idea of what they're going to see in Greece?
Oh boy, yeah.
I can tell you're excited.
Well, I've taken a group there before. This one will be even more special. We're going to be in Athens for 3 days. So we see the Acropolis, we'll see the national museums. We will see Athens at its best. We'll visit the Poseidon Museum, which is about 43 miles, I think, east of Athens. We travel to Thessaloniki, which is the financial capital in the northeast, which is the center of the Byzantine Empire and all of its art and all of its glory. We'll get to visit Mount Olympus. We get to go to Metsovo, and Metsovo is a cultural and historical center for the Macedonian heritage. And we get to meet a lot of Greek kids at the Pinewood School of Thessaloniki, and we get to taste Greek food. We get to dance. They'll teach us how to do the Greek dances.
I love it.
The kids will see the geography. They'll look across and see where the Battle of Thermopylae was, and they'll actually see where that site was. We've been, before we went to Delphi, where the Delphi oracles were. We've seen caves, ancient caves. We've seen drawings, history come alive to us and our kids. So it's going to be awesome.
What is the age group that you take?
We take basically primarily 8th graders, 9th graders, and 10th graders. It's really a high school experience.
And how long is your trip to Greece?
Greece will be about 12 days. You know, you figure about a day or two getting there on either end. Actually, we leave on a Friday. We get in Greece on about 2 o'clock in the afternoon in Athens, and then we come back on the 28th. So it's about 12 days total. We have a partnership. The folks in Greece that are our partners have outlined, they've arranged the hotels, with the transportation. We have a Byzantine, probably one of the leading historians in Byzantine will be our guide throughout the entire trip. She works at the school that as our partner school. So we're never without any good Greek interpreters and guides, and she's a lovely, lovely lady, Amalia. Kids will love her.
Terrific. Now, with the opportunities we've heard about with your school, it's no surprise that it's growing at the rate that it is, but that's created its own hurdle. Tell us about your plans for the new facility.
The plans for the new facility, as I think you heard earlier, it's a little bit different, and I say that because as an educator, I've been both a teacher and a principal in the buildings, but I've been the person to walk into those new buildings, and maybe I needed some desks, and maybe I needed some Promethean boards, but I had no idea, absolutely no idea about the concept and the bureaucratic red tape that goes through before the brick and mortar are ever laid. And so I have learned, and I am sad that Marty Miley, our vice chair, could not be here, and the person who heads up our facilities could not be with us today, because he speaks so much more eloquently about this. And I have learned a great deal from him, more than I could ever probably put in a book, or could have learned in a book, let me say that. But we are at a point right now that the golden shovels should go down in the ground in January, and we're ecstatic, and that we will have facilities on our location off of Highway 170 in Port Royal, which we are very pleased. Port Royal has been most gracious with us. Almost everything, all of the I's have been dotted, the T's have been crossed. We've got a couple of little things we're winding up in the next probably week, and then we'll go forward with that. So we're most excited.
Well, we're excited to come back and hear more as this progresses, and as you mentioned, as that golden shovel goes in the ground. So thank you all for sharing all these wonderful things today, and thank you all for watching this episode of 843 TV.